To go. Hello, everybody. I don't know how many people are in the chat. Looks like just a few so far, but thank you for joining us for A Tale of Twinkle and Awe. I am your genre moderator, Ryan Boelter, and tonight we have magical girls mixed with superheroes, mixed with fantasy genres, and a little bit of eldritch horror. Which we dove into quite a bit, I think, last episode. Unfortunately, Alyzona was unable to join us for most of the festivities, but I'm glad you're back.
Having just watched it, I wouldn't say festivities is the word, but, you know, different strokes for different folks.
It's Citrus
I
Miss.
guess.
What are you talking about?
What?
And there is nothing bad happening at all. Nope.
Yeah,
Everything is fine.
a few spooky dolls, a few spooky
Oh yeah, the
skittery
dolls.
things.
That was a lovely, great touch. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for that.
I will tell you what those were all about afterwards, if you're curious.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
please.
so nervous.
Yeah, it's fine.
If it's explained to me, my brain isn't coming up with the worst possible alternatives.
Well, you'd be surprised. But on that note, welcome everyone. Welcome to my players. Welcome to those in the chat. So content warnings tonight. Weird stuff. That's horrific. We're going to be pushing boundaries. I've got a list of fears from all of my players that I'm going to be utilizing to kind of spook them out a bit. So last time we had large tentacle monsters with like a black mass in the middle of all the tentacles and too many eyes. Very spooky. A very prominent skittering sound coming from the depths of the chasm that was getting louder and louder as something very large was getting closer and closer to the surface. What else? Oh, we had some dolls that were talking, apparently. That happened. But for some reason, our heroes did not investigate that area.
All just turned and ran and said, "Absolutely not."
that was a big nope. Nope,
like,
we're out of here.
We all said no.
Like self-preservation. I refuse.
Exactly.
We have survival instincts. Somewhat.
So I just put up a visual aid of the area that they're kind of in. Picture kind of this without the lights and without the people and everything. And it's just like this large underground metallic city structure that it's probably very, very old. So adding another layer of mystery to our world. I'll keep that up there and then get my notes back up here. All right, so let's go ahead with introductions on who we are and who we're playing. And then we can go ahead and get things started. All right, JV, you want to start us off?
Hi, I'm JV. The character that I play here is named Key, and I apologize that I am reclining, but this is just This is just how it's gonna be tonight, y'all.
Just an
I'm
entire
so
look.
sorry. I'm on vacation. Anyway, I'm on vacation. I still got dressed up for y'all. See?
And we
Magical
appreciate
girl,
it.
Still dressed up. But with a fancy robe, because of course. Anyway, yeah, both my character's pronouns and my pronouns are they them, and we're gonna have fun this
Yeah.
evening. Fun, and I will laugh a lot because I will be terrified.
And I just got almost done with episode 9 of Loser's Love Story, editing that. So I've got a lot of fresh horrors in my brain right now that I'm fine to unleash a little
I
bit.
feel like this is payback, and I feel like
Get that feeling.
I feel like I deserve this.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jamie.
What?
It's fine. All right, let's
yeah,
go.
for all the rest of us, it's just double the punishment.
Pretty much.
It's
Double
fine.
the fun.
It's fine. It's horror. It's fun. It's good to be scared. All right, Thae, how about yourself?
Hello, I am Thae, pronouns she, her, and I play Amara, also pronouns she, her. I'm
Awesome.
playing the weapon and the spirit.
All right, Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan. My pronouns are they, them, she, her interchangeably. I am playing Vittoria De La Rosa, Betty Valiente, Tori. Or you can just call her Tori. We're friends now. That's her name. Friends go by.
Yeah.
Or
Opalina.
Opalina is her her magical girl name.
Yeah.
She is the heart and the hopeful.
Awesome. All right, Memento.
I'm Memento. I'm playing Buck Moon. We both use they, them pronouns, and I am the bound and the stranded.
Awesome. And finally, Alyzona.
Hi, I'm Alyzona, they, them, and I will be playing Sierra, who uses she, they interchangeably. I nearly said she, her interchangeably, as if that's a thing. That's where my brain's at. It is way too warm here. But Sierra is the Wanderer and the Guardian, not in that order. Again, it is 30 degrees Celsius here.
Take the Wanderer and the Guardian, reverse it. That's what you get.
It just sort of mix it all in there. It's fine. My brain is soup.
It's good stuff. We've got some amazing characters with some amazing players, and I am thoroughly excited to scare the pants off of all of you. So, all right, you're welcome. Okay, I need to just pull up this little thing here, and I hope that I have everything set. I have a feeling I'm forgetting something, but you know what? We're doing it live. Here we go. On the last episode of A Tale of Twinkle and Awe, our heroes plummeted to the depths of the dark undercity beneath Solaria Gardens, as an unmentionable creature began crawling out of a portal in the city above them. Unfortunately for them, our heroes were also falling with 3 of their most feared villains, the capitalists, that were able to save them all with some quick thinking and some nanotechnology. After traveling together for a while, they found out that the Undercity was far from abandoned. Some skittering noises and some tentacle creatures with too many eyes later, and some quick thinking on the part of Buck Moon to supercharge everyone's hover shoes later, our heroes find themselves in front of a large scaffolding structure that goes from the base of the city all the way up to the top of the cavern. Before they could act, however, one of those giant tentacular creatures with far too many eyes surprised the group from the top of one of the rooftops, landing nearby, ready and hungry. So, that's where we pick up.
Yeah.
So I want to pull up your lines and veils and everything so I don't cross anything at all. Just want to give myself a quick reminder because we love a safe table here.
Heck yeah.
Nope, that sounds fine. So, as this thing lands, its dozen or so tentacles plant into the ground, and this thing towers 20 feet above the surface that you stand upon. And its eyes are facing towards you, all 30 of them. And the eyes roar, a deafening roar.
The eyes do?
The eyes are making noises.
Yes.
The eyes.
The eyes
have
have
it.
mouths. The eyes have
The
mouths.
eyes are mouths.
Have
The
mouths.
eyes, these Irish eyes are not smiling. These Irish eyes are not smiling.
Okay. So right now, to remind everybody, Key is currently transformed into Dark Raven. Everybody else is in their normal civilian forms because what we have been traveling with the capitalists, who are their, I guess, arch nemesis, I guess you could say. And
They're the arch nemesis of, society in general, I think.
yeah. So,
Mhm.
Key, having probably the most subtle of outfits in the darkness that they are currently in, decided, yeah, might as well. And it worked. So now you have all of this happening, and everybody's kind of got this thing behind them. And what do you want to do with all of that information?
I mean, it's landed pretty close to us, right? So it's probably.
And it's closest to you 5 because you were in the back.
Ooh.
Of course we are.
Well, I got my weapon out and ready to see what this thing's. It's probably gonna attack us, but I'm kind of waiting.
Yeah.
To see.
All right.
I think Sarah was doing that. Do you know the vine of the guy at the party and he's just like completely zoned out and then zones back in and is like, what's up? After doing that. I feel like Sarah's just been doing that for the entire time I wasn't here, just like zoned out, just music playing in their head.
None of
and
this
then just
is happening.
And then just like snaps back in.
I kind of want us all to describe our reactions specifically in vines now.
Oh my
no.
god.
That's just how I describe everything at the
Oh
moment.
god, hold on, let me dust off that vault. 1 second.
I only know of like 2 vines, and they both have my name in them. So
Oh yeah, because we
Ryan.
keep
That's appropriate.
saying them in the.
Ryan!
Ryan!
Truly, the one that is coming to mind right now, and I'm going to use it as Key's reaction because it's the only one I can think of right now, is one where that old woman is in the car and that music is playing, and she sort of turns around and sees that the person is filming, and then just sort of like, honestly, weirdly flirts with whoever's in that car.
Oh yeah, it's just
Y'all
like
know the one I'm talking about? Yeah. Like that's the I cannot explain why that's Key's response to all of it. But that's how Key's responding
oh my.
to this. To just wave slightly seductively at all of the eyes.
He's
Oh,
just
my.
completely
We're-
going into shock.
Listen,
Yep.
we're not
That's
in a
just
good
too much.
spot, so that's totally understandable.
We shall not judge these responses. This is a weird time.
No.
Is it too weird to have 3 of the eyes wink at you?
Whoa.
Oh, I hate that, but go ahead.
Are they winking
You
or are they
got
blinking
1/10.
like asymmetrically?
Like, blink, blink, blink?
Got 1/10 of a reaction
Oh,
from
no.
those eyes.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Okay, so yeah, this thing screams. Horrified people are to be had, and then the capitalists also turn around, and you can hear. What was his name again? I could have looked that up. Oh, it was Viz. Viz, the old man that looks like the old grandpa from Up.
Yeah.
Without a
Damn
cane.
Oh, capitalist grandpa.
He's so sweet.
Mm.
He's very sweet.
He's capitalist.
What in tarnations is that?
No.
He yells.
It winked at me. Part of it winked at me, and
I think Tori's gonna try them. She's like, you need to go. Y'all need to hide. Go. Let's start
Yes.
running.
We need to hide. You need to hide. Come on.
Yes,
I
go
think
ahead.
we should
Find
all
us a
just
spot.
run.
We'll
We're
split up.
hiding or running.
hide.
Let's-
We
I
need
think we
to
should just
hide.
run.
the good
Okay,
problem
we're
is
all
run
running.
first.
This thing has more eyes than the number of years I've lived on this earth, and that's too many.
I think Sarah is just gonna have to pick up Key and just like
Yes.
fireman's hoist them over her shoulder just to like, and like
Hmm.
he is just I think like staring back and like muttering these
Or
things.
like-
Yeah. Mhm. This is horrifying.
All right. So you are scattering at this
Yes.
point.
Running.
Who is sticking together and who is just kind of running in the closest way out of here?
Well, I've got Key.
All
I'm
right.
hoping to try to-
Following
try to
that
stick
plan.
together. Yeah, I'm hoping to try
If
to
you
stick
want
with
to
everybody.
be, I can put you down if you would like.
God, I'm still losing my mind.
Is
Got waked
is
up by a monster. I'm down for the count.
is Buck still holding everybody's hands?
Right.
Oh, that's a good idea.
His hands still being held.
Yeah. So
Oh.
Buck's
That would
got
be good
4
then, yeah.
arms right now. One hand holding everybody's.
So we're all tethered through Buck to Sierra, who's dragging Key off.
Pretty
Oh,
That
much.
sounds right. That sounds right. Let's do
He's
that.
going.
All right. So, Sierra, it
Forgot
sounds
that
like
Buck had multiple
you're kind of
arms.
leading everybody away. So I want you to be the one to roll this, please.
Oh, great, cool.
I want you
yay.
to roll to face the unknown, if you could, please.
Okay.
And quick refresher. In this game, we've got the horror module, which allowed us to pick a response stat, how we respond to fear. And Sierra here has a response stat of Valiant. So we're rolling.
Can't wait to fail this first roll and just screw myself over for the
It's
entire
fine.
rest of this session.
You have a good chance. You have a D6 plus a D10 on this roll.
Don't tell me, never tell me the odds. Please
And
don't
so
tell
we're
me
just
the odds.
rolling those two together and seeing what we get.
Never tell me the odds.
Oh no!
No.
Is that
That's
a failure?
4. That's
Oh
a 4.
no! All right, I am so sorry.
Oh, no.
You are the first one to strike out a response stat, so I'm going to do that right now.
Uh-oh.
And I want you to tell me what stat you want to be able to respond with next. We have to swap to a different one.
Oh God.
Oops.
Well, I don't feel like I'd be relaxed or optimistic. I have a feeling currently at this point, based on how I've reacted, possibly energetic, just sort of moving,
Yeah,
just like grab and go.
I think
This
that
is
sounds
fine.
fine.
If we just keep running, can't catch us.
No,
That's a thing.
yeah, no,
I think
that's
it's
good.
happening.
Yeah,
All right, so
science.
energetic is now your response stat.
Nice.
We
And
can burn that
also,
later.
the GM makes a hard move at this point.
Yep.
So
Oh no.
you are currently running to one of the buildings that is kind of away from this thing and nearby. And as you are running there, a large pair of black tentacles come from the side of the building and slap in front of you. And now another one of these monsters pulls itself from the darkness, and you are currently trapped between two of them.
Question: is the other
Right.
people trapped with us as well?
You know what? No, they are. You hear them arguing. Technia, you have to go. No, I don't. We have to get out of here. No, and they're like back and forth on like this guy trying to get his people to attack these things, and they don't want to.
Are we out of
Imagine that.
sight?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I think you're out of sight enough.
Cool.
I might make you roll to see if you can do that if you want to transform, to see if you can do so without remaining seen. Or without being seen.
I mean, my transformation is very glittery and shiny, so
That's true.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go for that.
You could also ask Buck to probably cast like an orb of darkness around you, because I do
Oh,
magic.
fuck!
Mm.
Give me a. I'm changing.
No,
I need an umbrella. Please.
Okay. All right, Ryan, do I need to
Really
roll
funny.
to cast orb of darkness or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and give me an Embrace Your Chimera roll.
All right.
And I think like energetic might work here. You're trying to do it quickly.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Energetic. 2d6s. Well, of course I would choose one of my worst ones. It'll be fine. It'll be
It's
fine.
fine.
You got this.
It's not fine. I did 4.
The dice are
Oh no.
not in our
So
favor.
that's a miss then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
and,
let's just see how bad of a situation we can get ourselves into within the first 20 minutes.
yes, exactly.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It'll be okay.
On the bright side, Alyzona and Memento, you can mark experience for those misses.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
So
That's
you're one
right.
step closer to a level up, which is fantastic.
Halfway
Okay.
there.
So describe to me how, well, let's see. No, we know that on a miss with, let's see, Embrace Your Chimera. Yeah, it's just something bad happens. What does this look like, Memento?
Okay, so I think what I do is I try to cast the magic, but I've forgotten to stop shape-shifting to do it. So my
Uh-oh.
attention gets split. And so the orb expands around her, and then it starts to shake a little bit, and then it pops like a bubble, and she gets covered in like black ickiness.
Oh no.
All right. And I'm gonna say that as it kind of pops, it also, like, on the edges of where the orb was going to be, it kind of not only pops, it like tears in half. So like some of it gets on you, and then some of it kind of pulls into these tentacular monsters as if they're kind of pulling it towards them.
Ooh.
That's fun and
And
cool.
suddenly you see as they absorb this darkness, they start growing.
No. Oh no.
And
Oh.
out of the mass at the center, more tentacular arms start sprouting out
Oh
as it
jeez.
gets bigger.
So they either feed on magic or on darkness, which is just great because we have an abundance of both here.
I like neither. I also think at this point Buck will remember that they are holding a bunch of people's hands and then let go and pull their hands back in. Like, oh.
Thanks for trying. I appreciate it.
Oh boy.
It's alright. Let's just do this.
Go ahead and transform all the goo off you too.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and give us the transformation sequences for everybody except for Key, who is already the Dark Raven.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this now.
Oh god, I gotta remember it. Okay, yeah, I remember it. It's been a minute, so I'm like, what is her transformation?
Yeah, I've got to try and distinguish because I've been binge watching She-Ra finally.
Oh,
So I've got to try and distinguish the differences.
then
Yeah,
the sword appears and the long hair. Wait, no.
Didn't get taller.
So for Opalina, I think if I remember correctly, is that it's a bunch of roses that appear and then they crystallize around her and then like it just shatters.
Mm-hmm.
If I
That's
remember
not, that
correctly.
sounds about right.
Yeah. It's been months, Ryan.
Let's just say this is the quick transformation sequence.
Yeah, we've did the long one before. We're just doing like the speed up version now
Yeah.
because we don't need
It's
to
the
speed up
one
yet.
where it's like it's focused on something else and it's just a bunch of flashes in the background and
Yeah.
then, we just step out.
Yeah.
I think
It's fine.
Syrah's was getting covered in golden feathers that some of which break away and some of which solidify into clothes.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yes, from memory.
All right.
I think.
Who's next on their transformation sequence? I know Buck technically doesn't need to transform.
Mhm.
I
Buck
think
likes to feel included
I
and
think
deserves to
this
feel
time
included.
around, Buck's kind of like a little shaken that their magic didn't work, so I don't think they'll have the wherewithal to transform at the moment.
That's fine.
Mine
Alright.
was the shadows kind of coalesced around me and condensed into my outfit and everything, and horns and the big cloak that comes around me and it's blowing in an unseen wind.
Mhm. It's very nice.
Spiritual exchange, yes.
And then Syrah.
Oh, I transform. I said.
Oh, what does it look like?
I said golden feathers all over,
Oh, yeah.
breaking away, some coalescing into
Very nice.
clothes. Sorry.
Fancy.
So because we're playing horror, I want let's just roll with this this face the unknown move as you get out of your transformation sequences. You are currently up against an alien entity of the likes you've never seen, 2 of them in fact.
Yeah.
With your greatest
that, y'all.
enemies so far kind of on the sidelines, potentially able to see you. Go ahead, the 4 of you that just transformed, roll to face the unknown with your response stat, and we shall see if you were able to hide the fact that you were transforming here and other things within the scene.
Great.
Can't wait to lose another stat.
It's fine.
Okay.
I might be able to assist people if I distract them
That's true.
by screaming about eyes again.
There's so many eyes.
There's so many.
Now there's double the too many eyes.
You mean double the
Actually.
vision?
Double
Oh,
the
no.
vision.
So we're very,
Double the vision.
so we're
It's double vision.
so we're rolling with our whichever
Yeah, the response stat
attitude.
that you have. So
Hey, Ryan, can you mark off another goddamn stat? I
Oh,
rolled
no.
a 6. I rolled
Oh.
a 6. This hadn't rolled at me a frickin' 1. I could have gotten it. Could have gotten
Wait.
up to
Right.
a 7 at least.
it's
Can I
possible we could
assist?
add some help. Yeah, you can assist.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, okay. I am screaming about eyes. There are so many eyes, and I'm asking questions about it to the people who do not know what is happening.
All
Not,
right.
I'm not even doing it specifically so that they don't see anybody, but I am being very extra about my temper tantrum about the number of
I
eyes.
mean,
That's
fair.
fine. If you want, we can apply that to Syrah's roll and
Sure.
push that to a 7.
Please.
Yes.
All right.
Yay.
Okay, so then who's next? Opalina or the spirit of Solaria?
I rolled a 12.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Word. Nice.
All right. How's Opalina faring?
I got 8.
Okay. So we got 2 mixed successes and a full success. That's very nice. So for the mixed successes, we get to pick 1 from this list. So each of you get to pick 1. And on a full success, you actually get to pick 2 from this list. So let's see. So you can choose between gain some insight into what you are facing, select a new response stat and take advantage the next time you have to face the unknown, or gain a critical opportunity. So this is for Syrah, Tori, and Amara. And Amara, you get 2 selections here.
Yes. Would I be able to gain some insight into these creatures? Just some insight, I think, primarily in the good way to at least slow them down so we can get away, like something of a weakness or something exploitable.
Okay. Sure. So these creatures, you have noticed, are, let's see, something kind of exploitable about
At the
them.
very least, everything's got to have a weakness. Mine is my dice, so
Mhm. I'm gonna say that that darkness probably is not the best thing to throw at them, but something physical that can create darkness might be able to like dust or something like that may
blind
be able
them.
to blind them so they can't reach out as well or fight as well.
Okay. I'm going to yell that out to the others. Basically just like, we need to blind them. They've got too many eyes and we need to blind them.
Yeah, and you can tell that because every now and then as they rumble around, some like dust from or like debris from the tops of these buildings falls, and like a couple of their eyes kind of stay shut for longer as the dust hits them. And then they open back up after a while. All right. So Opalina or the Spirit of Solaria.
I was gonna try to do a critical opportunity just because I am a bright blinding light whenever I transform. So
Yeah.
maybe use that to like blind them, like some of the
Okay.
eyes. Probably not all the eyes, and maybe some of the eyes.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think as you shine, it kind of repels them. Each of them both pull back significantly. And actually one of them, the new one that joined the fray, pulled back to a position that is closer to the capitalists. So its body just shifts, and now it's looking at the capitalists.
Let them handle that. They're
You hear
fine.
screaming coming from more
I got that one.
humanoid
It's fine.
eyes.
Well,
Or
we've got our own.
Look, they're fine. They've got robots,
Yes.
probably.
Not enough
But
of
if
them.
we don't save them, isn't that not a very socialist thing to do?
Well,
feel
first
like-
of all, you need to first save yourself to save others. That is a very
Oh.
important self-care thing. And if we're not dead
Oof.
from dealing with this one, and they're not dead after we finish dealing with that one, then we'll go and help them.
That's a good
But
point.
first,
Checks out.
the first step to, performing CPR is to check that everything is safe, including you,
Oh, I was gonna go
First
with
step.
the idea of you gotta put your own mask on
Put
first.
your
before
your
you-
mask
Yeah.
on before you put your mask on others.
Yes.
Exactly.
hmm
All right. And
Even
then,
your children,
Yes.
which I always thought was funny. But anyway,
Yeah.
So Amara, what do you want to choose for yours?
I will select a new response stat and gain some insight into what I'm facing.
Okay. So let's deal with the response stat first. So you are currently on relaxed. What would you like to move that to?
I think, can I do Valiant?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. Heck yeah.
All right.
Heroic.
Perfect. Now you can ruin everything.
Yes.
It's fine. And then the insight. You'd notice that as they kind of like I guess crab walk a little bit back and forth on their tentacles, They are absolutely staying as far as they can away from the chasm, which is kind of in the opposite direction of where you are right now.
Did they come? They came from the chasm and they're staying away from it, or is
Well,
there
they
something?
came from up above on the or within the
Oh,
city
that's right.
limits.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Interesting.
So that's the insight you're getting from them.
Okay.
There's something down there that they probably don't like.
Then I will relate that to they're definitely staying away from the chasm. Not sure what that means.
It's probably something bigger and worse down there.
And you do still hear that skittering.
Yep, love that.
Love
Oh,
that for us.
fucking skitter.
Love that for us.
Yeah, it has been. The echo of the skitter has been getting a little louder lately.
If we throw the weird monster into the chasm,
Oh, kind of.
it'll most likely the big thing in the chasm, if there is a big thing in the chasm, will eat the weird things with too many eyes. And in that amount of time, we should feasibly be able to get out. I think.
Right.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I'm not actually super confident in any of that, but because I don't know that this thing with all these tentacles can be eaten, and I would imagine the thing in the chasm would know that better than I would, because I don't know what this thing is in the first place.
No idea.
But I think it might be worth a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can blind
Just
it a
how we're
little bit
gonna-
on the way down. I don't know.
Right. That's how are we gonna do that?
Well, when it comes to blinding things, I think I'm gonna do a
Whip up
thing.
like a whirlwind or something. Sorry, that's just what that's my first thought is whirlwinds.
Oh, I was gonna shoot it in the eyes.
It's a lot of eyes to shoot.
I know.
Either all though.
I mean,
I know.
could-
I have
That means it's
many
hard to
targets.
miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a big
Well, it helps-
glitter bomb tornado. It's just like,
Mhm.
you know.
It also means that we won't be seen from the capitalists' perspective if, the bugs can't see us.
Mm-hmm.
Neither can the capitalists.
So I'm assuming that
Two birds, one tornado.
you're wanting to engage the thing that is kind of facing you and not facing the capitalists right now, right?
Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
they can handle it.
All right. So this thing is it's about 30 feet away from you or so, give or take. And after it's done recoiling from its the blinding light of Opalina's transformation sequence, it regains its footing, so to speak.
Tiny.
All right. So what I think I want Key to do is Key is going to just manipulate some energy, some light energy. It's going to look like pure light. And with said very pure looking light, we're going to make a bow and arrow with 3 arrows. So the bow is going to be sort of held just vaguely, like kind of like how it's being held on the Hunger Games poster, in that it's sort of like on its side a little bit, which would be slightly more feasible if you were firing multiple arrows if it's on its side, because you can at least rest them all on the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, archery and physics. So
with light arrows.
yeah,
Yes.
so gonna just knock 3 of those and fire them vaguely at eyes on the thing.
Okay.
Are you aiming at the 3 that winked at you?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Specifically those 3. Wonderful.
As you
Synchronicity. Yes, that is
All right.
exactly what I shall aim at.
So I think these things aren't totally unknown to you anymore. So I think this is just a basic engage your enemies.
All right. Now, I don't have my stats pulled up. Can
I
somebody look
gotcha.
at mine for me?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
So you
Friends help
have.
friends. Look at their character sheets.
I'm thinking relaxed for this one because you have to kind of push the fear down and relax yourself to get a nice and solid aim on this one.
That's real. That's very true.
All right.
Oof.
So that would be a D6 plus a D8.
All right, so D6, and where are you, D8? There you are. Alrighty. Let's see what happens. All right, so that's a 11.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
That's a full success. So you get to select 2 from this list. You basically you are both affected by the conflict. So you both affect one another, and you get to select 2 of these options. You can avoid emotional backlash. You can give an advantage to whoever engages next. You can shift the emotional landscape of the conflict. You can take something significant from your target, or you can leave a lasting emotional impression or effect on your foe.
Okay. I think I want to leave a. What was the one before leave a lasting effect?
Take something significant from your target.
Take something significant. I would like to take something significant from it, and those things are eyes. The use of multiple eyes.
Yeah.
Which might also just be the permanently affect thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think provide an opportunity for a teammate. I think those are the 2 that I'm going to choose.
Okay.
And as for the emotional backlash that I think I would generate from this, I'll think whatever the equivalent of feelings mildly guilty for shooting those specific eyes. Just a weird sense of guilt for that. I think that's going to be it.
Is it enough guilt to mark a condition?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Figure out
That's
a
a lot of
condition you would like
guilt.
to mark. It's either upset, insecure, afraid, sad, or nervous.
Maybe insecure.
Okay. So that's going to affect your lowest stat, your optimistic stat. So now any optimistic rolls are going to be rolled with 2d4.
You are not feeling optimistic today.
Ooh.
That checks out. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's perfectly okay.
Sense. I see it.
Okay. And then you took the eyesight from them, and what was the other one? You give advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So whoever engages next is going to have advantage. And this thing's not only does its eyes get like physically hurt, it looks like it hurts even more because of the nature of the arrows that hit it. And it's interesting because you're manipulating existing light in the area, of which there are 2 sources right now, which really kind of adds to the atmosphere, in my opinion. There is a shoulder-mounted light source on one of the capitalists, and that is producing a very dark tentacular silhouette on one side of you. And Opalina's little custom pen flashlight is also providing some light. So I kind of picture you pulling the light from those just temporarily, and then these arrows hit it. So that's cool. And this thing reels back, bumps into the building behind it, and screams from its eyes once more. You can see it taking multiple tentacles from above it, and it pulls the the light arrows out of its eyes.
Oof. Oof.
Oh no. I made it mad. Oh no. What have I done?
All right. So you've wounded the beast. From behind you, now that you have kind of this one in front that is totally on you, the one behind you is against the capitalists. Which, is there anybody keeping tabs on the one behind you? Or you're just going to turn your back to this thing? All right.
I mean, I think we're keeping at least partially aware of it.
Okay. So you're just like
We're
looking.
a little focused.
Well, we don't have additional eyes to turn to this thing.
That's
Yeah.
perfectly fair. So I'm going to say you glance
Unless
back.
Buck
Yeah,
wants
say,
to make
Buck, do you want to like grow
additional
some
eyes.
eyes on the back of your head?
I don't know.
Ice cream, ice cream.
Extra eyes on the ground.
Hey.
I don't know.
I'm losing my mind. Okay, here we are.
Well, the eyes have it, so.
God, just diffuse the tension with an extensive amount of puns.
It's fine.
Yeah, basically.
But you glance behind you, and you can see from the darkness just a stream of like a cloud, kind of like hitting the thing behind you. And that's just kind of what's happening there. So there's some sort of like cloud happening on this thing, probably nanotechnology of sorts. So things are happening back there, but it's hard to keep tabs when this thing is screaming at you with its literal eyes. So things I don't want to hear after this stream.
I just keep picturing it, and it makes me sad.
You know, the thing is, you don't want to hear this. You did this to yourself, right?
It's perfectly fair.
You your own monster.
The consequences are, yes, the consequences of my actions.
Yep.
Well.
I accept it.
Well.
If it isn't the consequences of my actions. An autobiography.
Who wants to act next?
Is the creature in blocking our path?
Depends on which way you want to go. You can go past this creature and go back the way you came, or get closer to the chasm. Or you could go behind you, which is another creature, and past them is the capitalists, and the other way out of here.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of very good options.
So, what do we think about Buck transforming into one of those creatures and fighting one of them?
I mean, it will almost certainly draw attention, and the capitalists might...
Will the capitalists know which one's which?
Almost certainly not. And maybe even if they do, they might use it as an excuse to just, oh, we totally didn't know it was your friend who could transform, and then we killed them.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I was... That's why I asked,
Look,
because my brain's not here, and I was like...
Yeah. I love a good kaiju battle, kaiju on kaiju, fight it with anime, which,
Really cool.
if giant things appear, you got to fight them with other giant things.
Yes.
I mean, you are a light-based entity of sorts. Could you turn into a light-based version of one of these?
Well, that would be really sick. I would like to do that very much.
How can I help? I want to support this endeavor. Can I channel some magical energy to like Buck?
Oh
or
yeah.
something, or...
So this is going to be an Embracer Chimera roll for Starfarer, and if assistance is needed, I think we can add some narrative to that, regardless of the roll.
Okay, and Do we feel like
So-
this would be valiant or logical?
I think valiant more than logical.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Valiant for sure. Yeah.
This doesn't exactly feel logical, but you
This
know.
is-
this
taking
is
some
I'm
cojones,
turning
okay?
into a 20 to 30 foot tall monstrosity made of light,
I'm
to
so into it. That's so
hand
fun.
to hand or tentacle to tentacle combat these things.
You know, it
Oh,
just kind of makes
love
sense.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does. It's logically turning into the good version of it.
Yep.
But
Oh, and you do have advantage, so you can roll with a D6 and a D10 or 2D8 if you choose.
oh, heck yeah. Okay. Now I'm nervous because that other roll was bad. Okay. 7.
Okay,
Technically a success.
that's not
Technically
bad.
success.
It's a success. It's a mixed success.
Sorry,
but a
I
success.
just swore a little there.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
okay,
just
so
that pun got me.
Good times.
so on a 7 to 9, so it's successful.
Okay.
So you do this.
Okay.
And we can add in Opalina adding if you want to add some like nice narrative flavor to this, Morgan, you can feel free.
Yes. I think once Opalina sees Starfarer, right?
Yeah.
I've been calling them Buck for so long, I forgot.
Yeah.
their actual name.
Same.
We're friends, you know.
We're friends.
You know, your name bank is kept is filled up with all of your names. You don't have space for everyone else's.
And that's not even all the names.
That's not in all the names. They don't even have her full name on there.
Nope.
Yeah, so once Opalina sees all this happening, she's gonna be like, oh, let me help, and just like, because she still has the pin, I guess, because there's still some energy left on it, right? Like, a little pin light or whatever.
Mhm.
I think she's gonna use it like a wand,
Oh,
because Ari
nice.
has energy there,
yeah.
and just like bippity boppity boop, and just try to like infuse Starfarer with more energy to like grow.
That's amazing. Now I can this is interesting because there is a thing on here. With 3 points of assistance, if we can get to 3 points of assistance, we can mitigate the consequence of this move.
Ooh.
Let's go. Okay.
Do we
Alright,
want to do
so-
that? Because if you want this to count towards one of your fellowship points, which you have, I think 11.
Yeah,
right
we
now,
have a
maybe
lot.
10.
Just 10.
Yeah, 10 right now.
It's a lot.
If we can add 2 more to this pool, we can mitigate any consequences of this transformation.
Oh shit.
All right.
Oh,
Let's do it.
she.
Let's work
Okay.
this together.
Okay,
That's what
so
we're here for.
And I think some of us have some stuff that allows you to use 1 point for the cost of 2 points. I mean,
I think I
use
have
2
that.
points
Me.
for the cost of 1. Yeah.
I think
Um,
I have that in the Chosen. Or was it in Survivor?
It was in the Survivor. We can get through anything. When you face overwhelming odds, you can assist your allies and count your aid as 2 fellowship points instead of 1 for when you spend 1 from the pool. So yeah, if you can figure out a way for Dark Raven to assist, which it really sounds like you've got kind of the same sort of ability set here. So
Mhm.
there's a lot you can do to assist, I think.
Yes. So I think maybe just boosting the light up a little bit. Even like giving more
You want to give me some
becoming a bird version of a flashlight.
Mm.
What?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
I feel like you're doing like one of those
Yes.
like mating dances, and you're just like shimmering, and just like you're just
Yeah.
coming light.
wasn't there like a cryptid which is just like a bird but it glows or something?
You,
'Cause it,
you
like,
mean like the
eats-
Thunderbird?
Mhm.
No, it was one that lives in caves.
Oh.
The Thunderbird, though, I do kind of like, but I just don't know how to make that happen. So,
So you're trying to
Or-
add more energy into
yeah,
into this transformation.
yes.
like I can picture kind of your crystalline wings, like outlining with some radiating some light from the edges of the wings. So it's like reverse cell shaded, no matter what angle you're looking at it.
Yes, I
And
like
then the crystal wings kind of focus the energy, like you can shape the wings,
Nice.
like a
it. I
deflector
like
dish.
it. I like it. That's smart thinking right there.
There you
That's
go. I've
smart
watched a lot of
thinking.
Star Trek.
Mhm.
Awesome. So you are facing overwhelming odds. So this will count as 2 points to the pool. So you're up to 3 points in the pool. So
Magical.
this assist your allies move has 3 points in it. So now, Buck or Starfarer, would you like to mitigate the consequence of this move?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea for now.
For a
Awesome.
second, I thought you'd say no, and I was just feel like.
Oh, thanks.
Come on.
No.
No.
Oh,
No,
why?
I don't.
Awesome. So what does this look like then? You become this beast of light.
So I was originally thinking that I would mirror what the tentacle monsters look like, but I think with the addition of everyone's good vibes, you know, the Spirit of the Forest in that movie.
Mononoke.
Yes.
Princess
Mononoke.
Mononoke?
Okay,
Yeah.
Spirit of the Forest or
Decades.
Nightwalker?
Yeah, the
Specifically.
Nightwalker.
Nightwalker. Oh, headless or with head?
With
With the head.
Right?
Come
With
on.
It's important to know. Look,
Oh,
gotta go for the right vibe.
yeah, so similar to that with the antlers and everything, but also it has cool wings.
That thing's face gave me nightmares when I was a kid.
Yeah, just the
Oh,
Look,
that
flat
thing.
Yeah.
Flat face. A flat faced deer thing is just.
Yeah, like
And the fact that it's
yeah.
smiling
No,
like all the
Ralphie's in the-
time.
while it's walking, not the small man, not the small man. I don't like
Not the small deer
Yeah,
thing. The big one. The big lob.
the big
Yeah.
translucent boy.
Lord.
Big translucent
Lord
boy.
Goop.
So this is the thing that we were talking about, right? The Nightwalker.
Yes.
Yes.
Like blue giant.
Yes.
Yeah, that thing. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's what you turn into.
Sick.
Would you like to just stand there, or
I think I'll just stand there.
I'm just gonna admire yourself.
how tall is
So
this
pretty.
form?
Ooh, how tall can I get?
I mean,
teen stories.
these things themselves are like what, 20 to 30 feet tall, depending on how extended their tentacles are.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna, however big the one we're facing is, probably match heights, but not including the antlers. I think I want to be a little bit taller than them.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Do you want to engage these things as this form, or let it come to you?
I think I'm just gonna start walking towards the capitalists because that's the way out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just big, and if any of the creatures want to fight me, then they can try or succeed. I don't know. These guys have been persnickety.
Just a little bit. Do you have any enhanced senses, Starfarer?
I do.
Okay. Does that include vision?
Well, I would imagine so.
Okay. So from your new height, you can see a few extra things.
Cool.
One, you can see over the rooftops in this area. So there is a large void of darkness. Basically across the rooftops, there's some taller buildings here and there, right? And like beyond there is just darkness as far as you can see, almost. you get a little higher, and you get to the ceiling of this cavern. So this is just like a gigantic ceiling. Occasionally, there are some pillars that go up that like support the ceiling from collapsing. So it's not just this like 5-10 mile wide cave at all. And probably about maybe a mile away or so, it was probably about 2 miles before the like squirming ceiling had ended before. But now the squirming ceiling is only about a mile away. So it's getting closer. So you can see that. You can kind of see a bit into the chasm as well. And you can start to see like little flashes every now and then, like at the edge of like a flash of light can reach. So it's probably a source of light that's really far away. Like if you're on the very far edge of a thunderstorm and you don't see the thunder, you don't see the sky light up, but you see kind of a little bit of the light on the structures a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of what you get.
Okay.
But it's at like the very edge of its like penetration into the darkness.
Okay.
So you see that every now and then, like little bits of popcorn.
Okay. That's exciting.
So you are moving toward the monster that is facing toward the capitalists. You can see through the tentacles, and you can see the capitalists are kind of backed up into the corner where they were trying to go towards.
Okay.
And this thing is advancing. It currently has one tentacle is smashed down, and Voltrania is like holding it at bay.
Okay.
She's quite strong by herself, and she's very tall.
Sorry, you just described a big, strong woman, and I'm about to start having some gay vibes.
That's
my one weakness.
And she's holding this tentacle at bay while a stream of nanobots are kind of holding the creature itself away, but they're kind of in a locked-in pattern, and you can see Viz has his back turned, and he is currently pushing buttons on a panel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going, see what happens.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
Okay, so Buck's going to deal with the other one, sort of. What can I even do is the problem. I'm not really equipped for fighting things that are this big.
You're always equipped for fighting things this big. You just gotta utilize it.
You gotta believe in yourself. I
Gotta
believe
believe
in you.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a thought. Are there street signs or poles of some description?
Yeah, we'll say there's poles.
Yeah.
I
kind of
forgot
wanting to grab
that
one of them
there's
because
a
I really don't
train.
want to touch these things with my bare fists. I kind of want to get myself a pole. I kind of want to rip a pole out of the ground
You don't
and
want to
use it as a
karate chop
staff.
it in the eye?
No.
And I don't know. Oh no, we've lost JV.
Oh no.
JV's video is just turned off.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I've got non-video participants turned off. So hi again, JV.
Sorry, I'm still here. I was trying to type into the little chat there that there was a train that went by me, and I forgot that happened here. I don't know why it specifically chose to honk its horn directly, like behind the hotel, but
Oh,
it
Yeah,
did.
you were streaming,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Didn't hear
Oh
anything
my
at least.
god.
This one's for JV, they said.
To be fair, I didn't hear it at all. But yeah.
Yeah, same.
That's magical. This microphone is honestly way better than I thought it was going to be.
I mean,
Oof.
to be fair,
You
I
might
can't
have to
hear
hold that to
a
that.
lot of things over the Pacific Rim music I've got blasting in the background.
There
It's a
you
really
go.
good theme.
This checks out.
I love it. That's so
Mhm.
good.
A train full of JV stands. Okay.
All right, so yeah, there are poles around here and there.
Yeah, I'm thinking either I don't want to just pull it out, but the thing is that I don't think I have anything sharp enough to like cut it off, so I think I'm just gonna like pull it out of the ground
Okay.
if I can.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
it's like connected to a metal panel, and I would say you're strong enough to kind of disconnect the panel from the ground
yeah.
by yanking on the pole. So this
I
is
do
kind of
that.
like I want to say it's what, street light, almost like a street
Okay.
light. So
No,
it's
cool
a bit
tech
heftier.
streetlight.
So it's like a two-handed pole. You can't just use one hand on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you yank it out of the ground, and as it pulls out, the wires below disconnect, and there's like a little fizzling sound. And there's a little bit of like blue electrical light that kind of sparks and kind of lights up your very cool
Hell yeah.
pole destruction.
Oh no.
Oh,
I was asking for a
Can't
Bible
see.
break, but
oh yeah.
That's understandable.
tried to do a little
Maybe.
sign, and the little sign was like, "What is white balance?"
White? It's all white. I don't know what to tell
What?
ya.
It's a white piece of paper.
I
But
see it.
yeah, pretty soon.
Okay.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Do we want to take a quick break?
Oh yeah, if we could. I think that's probably a good. This is a good place for a bio break. So, to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We are going to have a short intermission, where we utilize the restrooms. But I will be here. Some others may be here. Feel free to head out if you need to use it.
I'm realizing I've just drunk a lot of water. Probably should take this opportunity before I regret it in roughly 20 minutes.
Yeah, go
as
for
I
it.
always do. Anyway, so I'll be back.
All right.
Oh, shoot.
And then there were two.
Oh no.
I don't know when.
JV though.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just moved from in front of the thing because I realized that I got a text from the hotel saying, "Hey, breakfast is by request," and like, and y'all have to tell us when you want your food to be brought to you, which is honestly the bougiest thing I've ever had happen to me,
Wow,
like ever.
That is,
But like,
that is super bourgeois.
like
Dang.
I truly will never have this experience again, like, because this is like, not because I don't enjoy this, I enjoy this immensely, but
Mhm.
there is no way, like, this is a level of like fancy that I don't allow myself to have. Like, I never don't do that. It's a lot. But yeah, so I'm going to, like, basically you have to like write down what you want on the little menu thingy. Like, you just check it off, and then you text them and like, hey, I left you the little order thingy, and it's hanging on my door.
Oh.
And then they come and they pick it up, and
Wow.
then there's all the dinner orders for the next day,
Oh,
or
that's nice.
breakfast orders. Yeah, and I'm gonna have a waffle with whipped ricotta, which I've never had before, but that sounds
Ooh,
interesting.
that sounds nice.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going to happen with that, to be honest, but
Whipped
I hope
cream.
it's
Know what that
good.
is. Whipped ricotta.
This is basically just whipped cheese.
I'm assuming it's just slightly
With
thicker cream.
mascarpone,
Ooh.
mascarpone. I don't know. An apple compote along with that.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
A croque madame with an egg from a local farm. So there's that. Banana nut bread and tea. I'm going to eat like royalty in the morning. It's going to be grand. But I do need to hang this in front of the door.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Sure. I keep forgetting that we have Luna as well here. Is Luna like in a pocket baby Bjorn, like tucked away inside this giant light monster?
I think that's the least horrifying option, yeah. I was also
Hanging
kind of
from an
thinking that we
antler
probably
or
just like
something?
merge energies.
Yeah.
We become one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I could just see Luna, Luna hanging from those little antler things. Of course, Luna has basic speech as well. So that would be fun.
That would be. If you want to take Luna being around and run with that for narrative fun times, I'm totally cool with that.
Whenever Luna wants to jump out of your like light-based body and like be fully formed and transformed, I'm perfectly down with that.
That sounds sick.
Yeah. Your little light pocket dimension.
Yes. I'm just picturing Buck reaching into themselves and bringing out like a snack.
Yes.
Like this massive, like imposing, like creature of light. It just like pulling out a snack.
A light snack, though.
Of course.
Ryan!
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
I love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Trying to decide what I'm gonna do. I'm all dressed up and yeah.
God. I'm really hoping that my grandparents don't follow up on the thing of they asked me when I talked about this stream yesterday when they asked that they were like, oh, you'll have to tell us how this next stream goes, and I'm like, okay, I really hope they don't follow up on that because I don't have any way of explaining. Like, I got lucky that they just asked about my character, so I could just sort of like lightly talk about that.
Well, one of us turned into a giant light monster.
Yeah, I don't want to have to try and explain that to them, considering they have no concept of streams, RPGs. Yeah, pretty much everything to do with this is just not their thing.
We're surfing on the web right now. I thought the internet was a series of tubes.
I mean, at least your parents don't look at the Role Models movie and be like, hey, Morgan, that's what you do, right? I'm like, yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, no. That's exactly what we do.
My dad played D&D in high school, so he knows what I'm doing. I think my mom does too. Young Karen.
My sister has played a couple games of D&D, and that's all my family's done. I am the nerdiest of us all, and it hurts sometimes.
Same. Same.
It's fine. Nerd solidarity. All right. Are we all set to hop back into the horror? We got to get to that surface.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I am ready.
For a second,
where
I
we're
thought you said
from, that's
circus. We have to get back to the circus, and I was just going to be like, circus is already here. It's us.
I haven't introduced the clowns yet.
No.
Please, I'm already a clown.
No. I don't think I don't know if clowns are on our lines at all.
I'm more a clown in the fact that
I'm
I am
pretty sure
a failure.
they're on there because it's one of mine.
Very fair. I mean,
it
clown
right
only
now.
in the I will fall over.
Wait,
and
was
fall
it not
into
on the
a
list?
Face of pie.
Oh, it's on the fears.
That's why. Okay. It's fine.
Do we want to keep it on the fears?
It's fine. We can leave it there.
Okay, I may or may not implement clowns. I was just kidding. But if I can find a way, we'll see what happens.
I think it's more specifically clowns that are serial killers. I think that's the specific fear, and I do not know that there's a way to work that in a timely, effective manner.
Well, surprise, surprise. No.
Oh God.
And here strolls in Pennywise. No.
Oh, this reality's emerging.
Pennywise just breaks the fourth wall. It's what they do.
Pennywise is the new
What
Deadpool.
it does. Oh god.
If
Oh,
we
I
get to
hate
merge
that.
these universes together, does that mean we get to punch Bill? Does that mean we can punch Bill?
No,
Yes.
because then you'd have to hop to that dimension first.
How about no? I'm good. I don't want to be in there.
That's fine.
No, that's fair.
I like how the better
I
of
barely
two
wanna be in there.
dimensions is the one with the horrible tentacle monsters with too many eyes.
Oh yeah.
One of them was created by Stephen King, and it's not the one with the giant multi-eyed tentacle monsters somehow.
Good point. Let's go.
Exactly. It's fine. All right.
Oh, I did read something that there was that this season of Search Party is basically Misery, and I did not realize that until, well, I'd watched 5 episodes and didn't catch that.
Nice.
Whoops. Anyway, it's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, like, try to actually sit up so I don't fall asleep. Anyway, there we
I saw
go.
your necklace, by the way, JV. It's so pretty.
Oh, yeah, thank you. It like
So-
weird. Oh, if it sits like almost perfectly. If I could like pin it right here, that would
Right?
be really nice.
And
But
so
Ah.
good.
damn. Anyway.
That's
All
okay.
right.
All right. So who wants to act next? We've got this other one that is still fighting all of you, and the one that Starfarer is now approaching as this giant, towering, glowing
Excuse me.
light beast of sorts.
Do we need
And
to help
I've got a
Starfarer? Oh. Do we need to help Starfarer, or do we think they got it?
They probably got it.
I haven't engaged yet, so
We'll come back to you if you need us.
Yeah, we're all within the same
I think Opal
fairly
is
close
like,
distance.
yeah, they got it. And just like turn to the other one.
It's like, which of us is the giant, like, glowing light monster now, and which of us are just us?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're gonna turn to the other one. And with my impossible movement,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to like, and like some energy manipulation, they're going to like, I don't know, try to like use momentum by like wrapping themselves like lassoing themselves around the bridge and like whipping up and trying to like fling themselves at the other one, like, and maybe get on it. I don't know, like.
Ooh, interesting.
So they're gonna try to like do this thing where they hook like their light lasso. I don't know what I'm calling it, light lasso. That's where we are now.
No, it's fine.
The one edge of the bridge. Use momentum to like whip and roll around it, and then like fly up and fling it, hit it.
So are you kind of like you've got the bridge that
Uh-huh.
connects both sides across this chasm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bridge you're talking about, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking about jumping into the chasm, swinging around, using your momentum to launch yourself in the air and then land on top of this thing?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Give me an embrace your chimera.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I would that be valiant or energetic?
You know, this is pretty valiant because you're going into the
Okay.
fray.
Valiant checks out. That does make sense.
Embrace. Okay, it's 2d8, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, 2d8.
I say this now. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
I got a 6.
Oh no.
I
Can
shall
somebody help
assist.
out?
I can fly.
Ooh, yeah, help out.
Are you gonna just like push me just a little bit more?
I can fly. No, I feel like at a certain point during the just general arc of this thing, which makes perfect sense. I would like to clarify, makes perfect sense and
Really does.
totally should work.
Yes.
However, gravity is weird, so like for some reason, just one part of it doesn't look like it's quite gonna figure itself out.
Mm-hmm.
So your lovely flying friend appears, just pushes you just a little bit so that the angle of it's correct and like so the angle is right so that you wind up going on the right trajectory.
So you're
I love
correcting
it.
me mid-flight, like. Like, hold on 1 second. All right, good.
You're
that's
you're
perfect.
very used to flying, so you're just like, oh, I can see you're not quite. I'm just gonna. No, yeah, they're perfect.
Yeah.
Continue.
I wish I had a better explanation of any of that, but like that's. I see it
If it
perfectly
works.
in my head, but I cannot articulate it.
I see it as well. Like,
Mhm.
like we're
Oh, good.
two like Acme Inc. sort of characters. Where like we're just like stuck mid-air. You can see it, we're moving, but like the background isn't moving, and you're like, perfect. Okay.
Yes. Go.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, the move is successful, and you get to select one from the options below. So let's see, either yourself or someone around you is hurt, or gets hurt, that they can brace themselves if they're the target. Something important breaks in an unintended way. The situation escalates. The effect is only temporary or unstable, or there is a price to pay for success.
I do like having prices to pay.
Yeah.
Is
That's
the
a fun
price to
one.
pay that you're riding this thing?
Yeah, I think it is. Like, I'm on an
Yeah.
eyeball.
Because that feels like. Because that feels bad to me.
All right. So I know exactly why your aim was a little off as well. So Opalina, you attach your tether lasso thing of light to the bridge. You jump down into the pit. As you are swinging, you get a perfect view of what is coming up the pit. And you get just a glance as you swing around. Your course gets corrected and you land on top of this monster, unbalanced. And now you're on top of this monster, shaken at the horrors that you saw within the pit.
Actually describe it, or are you just gonna leave this up to our imagination
Oh,
again, Ryan?
I'm just stretching it out to give you a little bit of imaginative horror here for a little bit.
Cool.
Thanks, Ryan.
Cool.
You're
Cool.
perfectly welcome.
Great.
Appreciate.
Very nice.
Uh-huh. So I just wanted to check to see, Morgan, you've got enhanced senses, so that's
Yep.
fun. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's why you
Yep.
can see this.
Yeah.
So it's not one thing. Before, I forget who looked down in the pit with the visor. Was that Starfarer, or was that
I think it was Key.
Key? Somebody
Because
looked in the
that
pit.
then prompted the something long is coming.
Oh yeah, that was key.
That's very true.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you saw a heat signature at the bottom of the pit, so to speak, that was just spanned the whole length of the pit.
Yeah.
So, Opalina, what you saw very briefly was, like 4 armed creatures crawling up the walls of the pit and each other. That's all you saw.
I don't like it.
You didn't. Yeah, it was just arms.
It's all arms. Okay.
Arms.
I don't like
You know what it reminds me
Full
of?
arms.
You know what that reminds me of? The labyrinth. Whenever she falls down the pit and
Yes.
stuff with the
Oh,
hands.
Yes. Yes.
So
Oh,
we've
I
got
don't
one thing
like
with
it.
too many eyes, and now we've got one thing with too many arms,
That's-
which
that's-
just all arms.
It was a very brief. You're not sure if that's exactly what you saw, but that's what your brain perceived.
Yuck.
I don't like
I hate that.
It's icky.
Thanks, I hate it.
Thanks.
I don't like it.
But yeah, she's also now on top of the creature, so
At least that's nice and distracting.
yeah,
Yep.
Something to focus on.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh.
you're on top of this creature. It is distracted. You can see below a couple of its eyes around the eyes that got stabbed with those light arrows, kind of angle their way up toward you.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe I should fly the old man out. Should I lift the old man and fly the old man away? I'll leave the other two. I don't really. It feels rude to just
You'll
leave
have
the
to get
henchman.
past the other tentacle monster.
Oh shit, you're right. My apologies there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I had a plan. I don't have a plan.
It's fine.
I don't know how to get out of here, and this is causing me anxiety. So yeah, never mind. I don't have anything.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So let's see. The spirit of Solaria. Is there
Yeah.
anything that you wanted to do? Now that Opalina is effectively riding on top of this other tentacle monster, and Starfarer is approaching the one with its back turned to you all. Oh, and I forgot. You're transformed now.
Yes.
You can see things as you're transformed that you normally
Oh.
could not see.
Oh, what do I see?
Yeah. Last episode, you saw a spectral being of some sort that you're not exactly sure what it was. But it looked very similar to the spirits that you saw on the surface during the battle and the first battle that we had. The ones that were all banding together to hold the energy magic maelstrom at bay with you. You can see in these buildings and in like the across the way, there are probably hundreds of these spiritual creatures with like I don't know what we said before, but I'm gonna go with like a kind of like a purplish glow to them, of various different mostly recognizable humanoid sentient creatures that you are used to seeing on this planet. So there's like a crowd of these things watching and kind of panicked at the same time. So that's a bit of new information that now that the horror of these things has set in and you're transformed and you're able to center yourself for a moment, you can see this now.
And they're just kind of observing in horror to what we're going through.
I don't think they know what to do, is what you're getting the impression of.
I mean, neither do we. So
yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, and oops, all arms is the worst cereal.
Oops, all arms. It is. That was such a good response there. It was so good. Thank you, Samwise. I want to do ward off evil spirits, I think, but I'm not sure how to. Is it going to be centered around one spot, or can I try to center it on my comrades, or?
It is whatever you imagine it to be.
Okay. I think I'd like to try and center it on each of my comrades.
Okay.
And yeah, because I would like to make some protection from all this if it'll work. But yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I have to roll.
All right, so when you attempt to ward off evil spirits or entities with a ritual or magic, you can roll with Valiant.
Yeah. All right, so that is.
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
D8.
Roll with that Valiant. Yeah.
Roll with it.
Ah.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break you,
Oh no,
Memento,
you're
but
fine.
Slow wheezing noises took me.
something happened with my throat for some weird moment there, and it felt like I sounded like a dying cat, and I just,
Oh no.
I don't know, something went wrong there. But here we are. Everything's fine.
It's fine. You just make those noises. It just happens. Like,
All right.
Sometimes it just happens.
Wow.
Rolled a 15. So
Ooh,
work.
nice.
Oh shit! I was
Very
gonna help
Word.
out if you needed to have powerful defensive magic, but never mind.
All right. So what does this look like? This is a full success, and on a hit, the entity is held at bay. So what does this look like then?
Probably gesturing, chanting to myself, and imagining that this repellent is coming from like a center of gravity within each of my comrades, and then it expands outwards a little bit past them.
Okay.
And maybe it's like these symbols or rituals, words or anything, kind of like ghostly surround them for a moment, and then invisible again, but still there.
Okay. Very cool. So I think what happens here is this protective bubble around everybody comes into play, and Opalina, yours kind of takes effect first. The eyes that we're looking at you like squeeze shut, and this thing recoils downwards, and kind of like stumbles back and rolls away. I think if you want to stay on top of this thing, it's probably going to take a feat of impossible movement to do so.
Probably.
But it's up to you. But this thing is currently scurrying as far away from you as possible.
With me on it, so it's basically taking me with it almost.
Exactly.
No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go with it, so I think I'm gonna backflip off, safely.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you distracted it long enough to not harm any of your companions as the spirit of Solaria put on this ward over all of you, and this thing is just like, now the eyes are trembling in fear instead of screaming as it backs away from you, and actually it backs away from the whole group far enough to trip and fall into the chasm. Meanwhile, the one that was facing the capitalists, it rotates its body just by whichever limbs are tallest. So now it's facing you, and it's also recoiling in fear. And you can see the capitalists are trying to push it away from them, and it's much easier to move their tentacles around as it is also trying to get away. And this one starts kind of climbing up and away. Starfarer, it is kind of at head level with you right now as it tries to scramble up the building.
I wave at it. Hi.
I will just say that this is possibly also a good point at which to start maybe thinking about transforming back, because situation is de-escalating and questions are about to be asked, and we still have a pit full of limbs to worry
Are
about.
we gonna?
That's a fair point.
yeah, by the way, guys, there's something coming.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Does
Thank
Sierra
you, Dubs.
pull out a camera to take a blurry photo of this fuck transformation?
I know. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
It's just a glowing
I'm
blob
like
in the
going
darkness.
to like sponge it, and then I've like been distracted by the giant buck, and I'm just like, it's probably like a big old, fairly clunky one.
Mhm.
Maybe it's like
Nice
a Polaroid.
This
Yes.
giant
Polaroid.
holoroid.
Yes.
It's a Polaroid.
Wow.
And now I'm just
God.
standing, just like shaking it.
Okay.
Gotta shake the
Well,
holograms into
here's the
existence.
camera click and
Yeah. Well, you don't. It's actually bad for them, but people
Mhm.
do it anyway. True fact, I think you're actually not supposed to shake Polaroids.
then fine.
Gotta get the
Fun.
bits into place though.
Right.
Exactly.
So you're telling me Outcast lied to me?
Yes.
Why?
Right? I know. Okay, I'm done.
That sentence shouldn't take me out like that, but it did. Oh no. Okay.
So, you can see that the two capitalists, the Technia and Voltrania, are both looking at this thing climb up the side of the building, and looking between it and giant Starfarer as well, kind of in fear, and they kind of ready themselves. And you can see Viz is still at the panel, and you can hear him say now that there's not so much commotion. I almost got it. We're almost out of here. And the skittering is getting louder. You can hear from the pit one of those tentacle monsters, the one that flew over, probably, screams before the screams are cut off.
I'm going to transform back into, regular Zero form. Still carrying the pole, I think. Sort of, I would imagine kind of like half dragging it, and just sort of like start sort of running towards the door with the capitalists, and just be like, I do not want to be here. If it's between horrible chittering monsters and capitalists, funnily enough, I am still going capitalist, because at the very least, I feel like I can deal with capitalists. Chittering unknown eldritch monsters.
I understand the evils of capitalism.
I
I don't
understand
understand these evils.
Good point.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna go with the evil I can understand,
Yes.
and at the very least, I could maybe reason with.
Absolutely.
The lesser of two evils.
Eh.
What is everybody else doing? You see the feathered serpent transform back into Sierra.
I will also. I think I'll maybe shrink down a little bit, but I think I'm really vibing with this form.
I like that. I like that a lot.
A little smaller and be like, don't worry about it.
So how
Fine.
small are we talking here? Like 10 feet?
Can I see how big the door is?
Right now there is it looks like a structure is beyond where you are, and on the structure there is a doorway. It looks almost I'm gonna say hexagonal or so, or octagonal, flat sides on top and bottom with angles between them, give or
I think
take.
that's an octagon.
Yeah.
If it's 8 sides.
So it's octagonal.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that. Math. And yeah, it's probably about 8 feet.
Okay. So I will shrink down to about 7 feet
Okay.
because I'm practical.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stay in this form just for reasons. I don't actually have a good reason. I'm just going
You're
to
already
stay
in there.
put for now. It's still dark out. It doesn't matter. It's fine. My logic is not sound with this, but we'll go with it.
Not too. Yeah, go ahead.
I think Opalina's been spotted already by the capitalist as a sparkling beam of energy, so it's a little too late now to
Probably.
transport back.
Probably, yeah.
Right?
That's fine. And the spirit of Solaria, as you are making your decision, you can see some of the spirits kind of are poking their heads out of like doorways and like reluctantly starting to come out. And I think a couple of them see that you're able to see them, or at least you're looking in their direction.
Yeah.
And they start coming your way.
Okay. I mean, my pose is just kind of neutral. Want to be approachable, but I'm like just a little tense, but I understand they're probably not. Don't wish me any harm.
Mm-hmm. So I want to, let's see, we've got a lot of different types of sentient beings in this world. Give me just a couple interesting features of each of these, if somebody just wants to throw a couple things out.
One of them is a mole.
Nice.
That's as far as I got.
The furries.
I've got nothing else.
We have a literal mole person.
Yep, that was there was the inspo. That was it. No thoughts, head empty tonight. So that's as far as I got creatively.
No, that's perfectly fine. So now we've established that there was at some point mole people in this world, if there are still not.
See, that's where the myth came from. And that's what no, I'm not. I can't.
I want to say there's like a bioluminescent, like sort of like almost like a raccoon or a ferret.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Because it's underground, so like they're gonna have their own like bioluminescency. Like.
Yeah.
Well, they are spirits now, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can see a mole person and kind of like a raccoon ferret type person approaching you, and it looks like it has like the markings are like distinguished and extra glowing compared to the rest of them. And they approach you cautiously, and they're looking between everybody here and kind of looking over their shoulder at the pit, and they say, can you see us?
Yes, I can.
It's almost hard to understand them. It's the same language, but removed a few centuries, give or take. So
the accent's a bit off.
Yeah, the accent's definitely off. It definitely sounds.
It's Old English.
Yeah, it's
well, no,
like
if it was removed by a couple centuries, it would be early modern English. It would be Shakespearean, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so it sounds kind of fancy. You've heard kind of a version of it on some holovids, but some of the movies.
I'm laughing because now I cannot help but picture an all animal cast version of
Oh no.
of Hamlet.
No.
The Muppets take on Hamlet, yes.
And there's
Hamlet has to be a pig at that point.
Hamlet. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm upset.
So good.
Oh God.
Oh, what is happening?
Oh no.
All right.
Love it.
So they kind of gasp, and then so you must have the spirit within you. We haven't seen one in hundreds of years. I think hundreds of years. We haven't seen outside of this cavern for for ages.
It sounds lonely.
It has its moments, but I'm afraid I don't know what is happening on the surface, but I feel the energies of this planet are off. Is some are you from the surface?
Yes.
What is happening?
There was a big explosion and then we fell down here.
Oh, that's terrible. And then the littler mole person is kind of pulling at the ethereal robes of the taller person, and is looking back at the pit. Not much time. I believe that their transport should be here soon, but we need to let them go.
I think you can just see in the background just Syrah like frantically like
Come on.
motioning at other people to like move and being all like, come on.
And from what you can see, the spirit of Solaria, Amara, is standing facing toward the bridge right now and having a conversation with
All by herself.
thin air at the moment.
Yep.
Look, we don't judge here. Just gotta keep moving, you know.
And
We're
we're
gonna
going
talk
this
with
way.
ourselves, you know.
And we're walking.
You can talk to yourself and walk.
And
Might
we're
have to
moving.
grab
And we're
me.
walking. And we're...
I have to grab me.
Syrah's already at the door, so if someone else wants to grab.
Yeah.
I think
Amara.
Opalina, if she's close enough, she's gonna take Amara by the arm and start dragging.
The taller one says, "Oh, the prophecy. You have to liberate us from our bonds. You'll know what that means soon enough.
How do I do
find
that?
find another like us, and we and they'll be able to explain. We don't have time." And the skittering is getting louder. And you can now see from the ceiling of this cave, there is a light that opens up in the ceiling, as if part of the ceiling just kind of opened, and this platform starts descending from the ceiling in kind of a cage of light. And you can hear Viz say, got it, it's coming. We're going to be out of here soon.
Heck. The capitalists are saving us. I don't know how to feel about that.
Look, we can punch them later.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Honestly, they'll probably try to charge us on
Yeah,
the way
right.
in.
They're gonna be like, hey,
I ain't got no
you need
money.
to get on this platform.
Yeah.
So
I've got
pay us,
exactly
though.
one form of currency, and it is my fists.
Ooh.
I like that.
don't have any money.
That
Oh,
is
that's
very
fantastic.
good. That was that line made me need to lay down. I'm
my
just anyway. Very good.
Oh
Dear.
all right. They turn back and they say, we'll hold them off as long as we can. Go. I'm sure we will meet again in some form.
Okay. I'll try to help you.
And then you
Yes.
can see them kind of motioning to others. They're kind of doing some sort of sign language of sorts to the other spirits. You can see others responding in turn and turning to gather the others. And it seems like they're starting to kind of gather on this side of the chasm.
All right, well, I'm running with everybody else, unless we're getting on this platform.
Yep,
I think
platform
this is what
hits
is
the
about to-
ground with a hiss, the doors open, and there is a large platform inside. It almost looks like a hover elevator that you're used to, only a little bit more high tech. All right, everybody in. There's no time. And Viz gets in to the elevator, as well as Technia and Voltrania.
Buck stays in this form but gets smaller again.
Love it.
New preferred form.
All right.
Well, if I
Deal
change
with it.
back, they'll know who I am. Like, for all they know, Buck could have fallen off the thing or gotten eaten. Tried to protect my identity by being a weird light spirit.
Right?
It actually checks out. I like it. I
Yeah.
like the logic.
Fair enough.
I'm here
yeah.
for it.
They look scared in general of what's happening here. And I
Don't we
think as you get onto the elevator, Technia kind of whispers aside to you, Starfarer, I love your hallowed costume. That was very good thinking.
Yes. Love it.
Thanks. One sometime. If you stop being capitalist. Get your job, get cool stuff. Join us.
Just
And then she's like, well, that's a weird thing to say. And kind of goes back to her side. So is everybody getting on the elevator then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Sarah's gonna wait to make sure everyone else, since they do have a giant pole with which to smack things.
All right. The pole will not fit in the elevator.
I know. Well, that's why I'm waiting until the last, because I'm gonna say goodbye to my pole.
All right. So you get in, Viz hits a couple buttons and he says, all right, hold on. And the elevator starts ascending. As it's going up, you can hear some quiet elevator music playing. It's just a nice little soft jazz type tune. And
With muffled skittering coming from outside.
It drowns out the skittering for a moment until you're about halfway up, which is a couple hundred feet above the level. You're in the middle of this large scaffolding that is going up, but the scaffolding's not solid, so you can see through it down to the ground. As you rise, you see these creatures, these four-armed creatures crawling out of the pit, grabbing the ledges, climbing up, pulling themselves up, and then suddenly the spirits below, Amara, you can see this. Suddenly they start doing some complicated hand motions, and the armed creatures start kind of reeling back and falling. So to everybody else, they get up on the platform and they're starting to fall backwards, but there's more and more and more, and they're starting to crawl on top of each other as they're falling down the pit. And suddenly the whole area is overrun by these weird little four-armed creatures as you get into the ceiling and the floor below you closes. And I think that's where we're going to stop the episode for today.
Yikes.
Ooh.
On the bikes.
Yikes on bikes, yep.
We
Same right.
survived it.
Technically.
You're all alive.
Nobody died.
No, we got only one response stat crossed off, which is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So that's fantastic. Good job, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So I think we can go through the fun stuff at the end here. I have a list of things that we would like to do. Stars and wishes. So we like to end our sessions with stars and wishes. So stars are things that we loved in the episode. Wishes are things we would love to see sometime soon, based upon where the story is kind of going right now. So let's ask for some stars and wishes from everybody. I'm gonna start a nice little notepad thing here for all of that. Stars.
I liked the teamwork and the use of fellowship points. It made me happy. We utilized several, and that was a good thing.
It really came in handy. No pun intended.
I love it. Love it.
I enjoyed all the puns that we had tonight.
Yeah, that
Were
was
they
that was a
punny?
lot.
It was quite punny. I can't tell if it was punny or punishment. So
Yes. The answer is yes.
Answer is yes. Love it.
I really like the little spirits of the under town.
the underdwellers.
Yeah.
The mole people. As a concept.
I liked Buck just vibing in a fun new form.
Looks like I'm bored. I like this one. I've got horns again. Apparently, Buck really likes horns. You know.
That's true.
That checks out.
I mean, it's a vibe. Yeah. I mean, as horrifying as they were, a lot of the monsters were very cool.
Yeah.
Horrifying in that they actively made me very much hate them. So, they're doing well. They're good.
A+4, yes.
They did their jobs. And I can't ask anything more of them. At least they did their jobs.
I really liked the information that you had gotten in your exploitation of that information from the various moves when you learn more about these things. That was really cool. I especially loved Opalina's daredevil swing around the bridge.
Yes.
That
when we
was
say we have
amazing.
impossible movements, let's just try to. I'm trying to think of impossible movements. And I think that was a good one.
It's fantastic. I would love to see more of that. I'm gonna put that under wishes as well. More impossible movement. Because that's I like when we break physics a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Sometimes you
what
just gotta
about
break 'em.
what about other wishes then?
I mean, is it too on the nose to say I kind of want to punch one of the capitalists a little bit?
No.
They saved your lives.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm watching them.
Okay. We can
If
make an
they- if
opportunity
they-
for that.
Start going into any capitalist nonsense. I'm ready to punch.
So we've
You
got
know?
insurance for you.
God.
We see how you act when you need something like,
Yeah.
I
People
mean,
might crave violence.
It's a thing of supply and demand, and that's all.
sweeps the leg out from under him.
All right. I'm fine with punching a capitalist. That's okay.
As long as they as long as they, justify it in that moment.
Yeah. They have done nothing so far down here to justify, I would argue. But that's just me. They're very nice
That's
people.
So far.
I mean, they did attack us already.
True.
They tried to kill us. This doesn't erase that.
True. We did kind of jump in to counteract whatever they were doing. It was bad stuff, but there's at least that. But yeah, no, they did attack us and they were doing bad things, so
That's very true.
I really liked that Technia thought that it was a really good hollow costume. That was a very good explanation.
That was good, yeah.
My wish is that I kind of want them to the capitalists to find out that it's actually Opalina's secret identity. Tori's secret identity is Opalina. Like,
Yeah.
I want them to put 2 and 5 together to make 7. So like,
I like that. I like that too. I think that would be a really interesting turn in the story, especially knowing how much of a fanboy Viz is of Vidi Valiente.
Oh, that's cute.
but
Yeah.
he's fighting his favorite person.
I know.
Yeah.
Good.
Crisis of conscience.
Uh-huh.
I tried.
Now it's the time to find out whether he has one or not.
Okay, do we have any more wishes we want to add to the list?
No, I
Okay,
don't think so far.
wonderful. Well, if we think of anything else, we can add that outside of the stream. That's no problem.
Yes, we shall. Sorry. I'm just having a fun time making my distressed old man face and voice.
He's aged 84 years.
It's been 89 years. It was it the quote 84 years in Titanic?
84, yeah.
I
But
think it was 84.
you could rip
It's been
69 years.
nice.
Nice.
Nice. Yes, nice.
Oh my gosh. What is happening?
I am so tired,
Chaos.
everyone. I'm
Alright.
so sorry.
we have fellowship
Never
moves to do now.
apologize.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So we can hopefully gain some more fellowship points to the pool. I'm just gonna go alphabetical order on the sheet because it's easier for me. But that means Alyzona, you're first.
Oh, gosh.
So let's see. Sierra protected someone else selflessly.
I don't think I did this session. And
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of anything specific.
Yeah, I don't think anything specific.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you assist somebody with a roll?
I think I offered to at one point and then didn't end up doing it because
No.
I think I was going to assist Amara and then Amara just like crushed the roll.
All right.
It's fine.
I think
you
you're
did
right,
rip a pole out
actually.
of the ground. That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, that was cool, but it's not defending someone.
True. Sought out an unfamiliar experience with someone.
I mean, this whole thing is very unfamiliar, but I don't know if that counts.
I think it does.
You know what?
This is quite unusual.
You sought out to do this with somebody instead of going on your own, I guess.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Do you think that's a yes?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good enough. We'll give you one.
Yay.
Yeah. All right, JV. Let others help you face a hardship instead of bear it on your own.
I don't think that applied.
No. Went out of your way to better relate to your friends.
Weirdly, I think yes, specifically on the assistance with the fun and fancy move.
Yeah, and I think helping Starfarer transform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think adding energy into that sort of alien energy and allowing them to kind of mix, that would probably count as well. We're up to 2. All right, Memento. Work to appease your patron while helping to keep your friends safe from harm. Did Starfarer learn anything during this specifically?
I think I learned that those beings were made of darkness.
Yeah.
And, that word? Were like sensitive to light, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So like a guess?
Horrible?
Yeah.
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would work.
I did meet some new horrible creatures.
That's true. And use your knowledge from your homeworld to assist the team. I think
Oh, you did. Oh, nope, that was last one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I just going from watching a stream to doing this one really like mucks with your brain.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
So
What is
we'll give
Thae?
one
What is reality?
from the bound side. That should be
Yeah.
fine. And then Morgan told a companion how much they mean to you.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to have any. I want to. So that's a wish. I want to have some like really like emotional
Heart
moments.
to heart.
Yeah.
I want some chill time.
Yeah.
Emotional significance. Oof.
Okay.
Oh, it's difficult. Oh my god.
And tried something new with your powers to help your team.
If you
Right.
consider me, whipping myself around a bridge and like
Yeah.
arcing myself in the air. And,
I think
Yeah.
I think that counts. So that's another one. So we're up to 4. And then Thae solved a significant problem for the team in a non-violent way. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, because I created the barrier around everybody. I
Yeah,
think.
you created the
Mhm.
ward for the entities and it drove them away. That was cool. And assisted another with your spiritual practices. I think that would also count.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be another 2.
Heck
So
yeah.
by my calculations, that's 6 extra into your fellowship pool, which is fantastic.
Oh my.
Yes.
So you were down to 7. Now you're going to be up to 13
Oh yeah.
next time. So use it like candy if you want to.
Champion.
I know. Very cool. So let's go ahead
Champion.
and wrap things up. Tell everybody who we are, where to find us online, and then we can wrap up the episode. Let's go with Thae. You want to start us off?
Sure. Hello, my name is Thae. You can find me at Thae and Twilight on Twitter and Twitch. I stream all kinds of games 4 days a week, and I rant about social justice on Twitter and post pictures of my cat. And hopefully tomorrow we're doing a listener party for a Horror Borealis crew. Losers a Love Story at 10. So
Yeah.
hey,
Hopefully I can get it done tonight. I have
whatever happens.
I think one more scene left to do, and then the sound effect I've been dreading since listening to the episode first. It's horrifying. I'm gonna be haunted once it's done, and I hope you all are as well once you hear it.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
Oh, you have
Again, I
nothing to
do not
apologize
think it
for.
was my fault, but that's
No,
fine.
you were reacting in horror during the occurrence. And I'm going to put a capital O on that because, good Lord.
oh no.
The occurrence. TM.
Yeah.
The occurrence.
It's a thing
went
that
on.
happens. You will not miss it. You will know when it happens.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm upset.
So, content warnings for the next episodes of Losers a Love Story. More on that later. Let's go to this way. Morgan.
Oh, hey, I'm Morgan. You can find me on all the socials at Serena Bezos. Don't have much streaming right now other than this. Everything else is taking a pause. But you can find my podcast on the Roleplay Network with Red Death, which is a 1980s Victorian horror game where we're fighting the Red Death. I play a curandera from South Texas, aka the cleric, so it's a good time.
Nice.
Yes.
Also, you can find the podcast I run and co-host, Powered by the Players, which is an actual play podcast for Powered by Apocalypse games. We play all your favorite one-shots and mini campaigns. We just released part 2 of Escape from Dino Island, which is a mix between, as we put it, Survivor and Jurassic Park. So
Yeah, that's by Celeste Conowitch, right?
it's by Sam Tung and Sam Roberts, I believe.
Oh, which one am I thinking of then? I know Celeste was working on a dino-themed module, so I am very curious now.
I'm looking up who it
Interesting.
is. Where is the itch? It is by Sam Roberts and Sam Tung. Yep, I was right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I must be thinking of a different one with dinosaurs. there's apparently a love for dinosaurs now. I like it. All right.
Always.
Let's go to Memento then. Oh, bless you.
Oh no! I thought
Oh my
So
god.
good.
No, it's fine.
It's your turn.
It's your turn,
Goodbye.
Memento.
I'm a very professional makeup streamer here on Twitch. No, my streams are me putting on makeup and chatting with friends. It's always a very chaotic time. Should be streaming sometime next week. I'm also a multimedia artist. There's links to my art account somewhere. I don't remember where. But do I do anything else? Do I?
I mean, follow to find out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
Check my Twitter to find out what I'm up to.
There you go.
Yay.
I have to fix Nightbot to have actually everything in there for everybody. So I don't believe I have a link to your current Twitter account.
No worries.
In Nightbot. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. All right, Alyzona.
Hi, I'm Alyzona. You can find me on Twitter at Alyzona Quartz. I don't post all that much, but you can get fun updates as well as the memes that I tend to make for these sessions, because I have one skill, and it is being able to make really great low quality memes in a short space of time.
Yes.
Fastest meme hands in the West.
I think low quality is selling it very short.
No,
Well, no,
yeah,
I
it's
pride
pretty
myself
good.
on the fact that it was put together using an app on my phone, and
Yeah.
it adds to the aesthetic.
Low
It's
tech,
not
high
your
quality.
fancy Photoshop. This is weird scribbly stuff.
Zona, no, I just checked the Discord.
Oh, am
I
I
have been
missing
putting
Discord
things in the Discord,
shenanigans?
and
Dungeon.
Oh no.
Oops, all limbs.
My God.
Oh, oops,
I
all
missed it
limbs.
again.
No, I hate it.
yeah, the thing is, I didn't actually make that one for the stream. I made it for a previous game I was in, so
Oh no. Oh no.
Why does it come up so much?
So if
Look,
you want
this
to
is
see
only the
these
second
wonderful
time, and I
memes-
had to scroll a fair ways back.
Oh my God.
to find it, so if that makes you feel better.
So feel free to post that to the discussion spoilers if you'd like to, because
Oh, I
that is
shall.
that is fantastic.
Perfect. Love it.
If you want to see some of these memes, go to discord.chimera.games, sign into our Discord, and join us for a fun time talking about the series.
Yes.
And you can see some of these memes that Alyzona puts together that, oh goodness gracious.
Mhm.
All right,
my
JV, how about yourself?
Well, this is a list. So I am a podcaster first and foremost, and I have a podcast called JV Reads the Tea, wherein I read people's tarot cards. It's a delightful time. I also have an upcoming audio drama called Birds of Prey Outcry, which you can follow at Birds of Prey Pod on Twitter. JV_reads for the JV Reads the Tea one. I'm gonna be real though, I don't update that one that much, but for links to listen to that show, you can go to that one. And you can also follow me at Red Black Golden on pretty much everything. And there will be things there. And it'll be delightful. Yeah. I will hopefully be better about updating people on things I'm actually doing.
You're very busy.
I am very bad at telling people what is happening. I at one point I think made a promise to document the progress of the 18th century garment that I'm recreating, and I have showed almost nothing of that unless an item is done. I'll show the finished full thing, but I will miss every step that took me to get there.
Oh no.
So you
That's
can
okay.
follow me for that
For
if you want.
the potential of that.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
Wonderful. And I myself, I am Ryan Boelter. I have been your genre moderator. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Neptune or online at lordneptune.com. I am also the sound designer for A Horror Borealis, and currently A Horror Borealis presents Losers of Love Story, whom JV up there is playing the incomparable Mike Hamlin.
Mike Hamill.
And also
Yes.
casually, occasionally Pennywizing their friends.
Yep,
So
sometimes, yep.
there's that.
It's a shared Pennywise experience on that show.
Yeah,
and
but I think I've been Pennywise now 3 times, and it's
all about unity.
But I keep recommending myself to Pennywise people, and I do not know why I keep doing it, but I do. So here we are.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Good times.
there's that too.
Tons of content warnings for Losers of Love Story that people go over. We go over the content warnings in the beginning of every episode. We have content warnings listed in the show notes. We have timestamps for some of the more disturbing content as well, in case you want to skip over it. In
There
the
may or
later
may not be a
episodes, at least.
stabbing. The upcoming one.
Yeah,
No.
I can confirm there is.
All right, there's a stabbing.
And worse, and much worse than a stabbing occurs.
I just remembered which one it was. Oh,
You remember
I'm
now?
so sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh,
no. Right?
Why did we do that? No.
So keep an ear out for that. If you want to be horrified, more so than this stream can provide in this horror episodes. But I'm sure I forgot something. I'm doing a lot of stuff, I'm sure. And I'm designing this game that we're playing with Amr Ammourazz, Chimera, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, and you blend genres together, and it's really fun. I'm having a blast.
Yes.
So I hope you all are as well, both in the audience and my players, even with the horrors that I wrought upon you. It's like my own little, like, almost Pennywizing every week during these horror episode. So I apologize for that. But I think we'll probably be toning it down a little bit the next episode. Give you a little bit of a breather before the real fun begins.
Real fun, Ryan.
Oh God.
Are we gonna have a beach episode? Oh no.
Haunted beach
It's
episode.
gonna be a beach episode.
I don't know if we
kind
can
of a
have
beach
a beach
episode.
episode this next episode.
what
But
kind of
perhaps
beach
after
Too early.
after all these shenanigans, we can throw a beach episode in there. I think
I'm here for that.
Oh God.
All right. So I believe that's everything that we needed to take care of for the end of this stream. Thank you for everybody to stick around. It was fantastic to have you all here. Thank you to the new followers, and thank you to people that are just checking in and seeing how this is going. And if you're seeing this stream not live, thank you for tuning in as well. You can get to our YouTube replays of these at youtube.chimera.games. Of course, you can always get to the restream with all the chat at twitch.chimera.games as well. I believe that's everything. So without further ado, thank you, everybody. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.